Hello, everyone. And when I say everyone, I'm talking about all my viewers. I don't know if you happen to notice, but I have over 57 subscribers to my YouTube channel. Way more than Beyonce. I don't even care about those kinds of things. It's just that, you start out and you hear about people becoming internet sensations. But when it happens to you, it's a little overwhelming. But you know what? Forget about me and my YouTube superstardom. Let's make some art. And with Valentine's Day right around the corner, let's put our hearts into it, shall we? Well, today we're going to make Valentine's Day cards. And not just any Valentine's Day cards, they're going to be groovy Valentine's Day cards. I've been trying to bring the word groovy back for about 35 years. Hasn't happened yet, but I keep trying. And these cards are definitely going to be groovy because they're going to be tie-dye. Now, to start us off, you need a good old-fashioned coffee filter and 3 or 4 good markers. Now, if we have enough, you can use 4, but use at least 3, and you want to make sure that they're good, fresh markers. So as you start to color, if it's a marker that's kind of half dead, set it aside, don't put it back, hold on to it, and go get yourself another marker. Remember that we can't share the markers, we can't put the markers back. So when you get your 3 or 4 markers, hold on to them until the end of the class. Because if you have your blue and you put it back in the box, someone else may accidentally take it. And like I said, right now we can't be sharing art supplies. So get your 3 markers, but don't start coloring yet. I'm going to show you everything that we're going to do. Then when I'm done, you're going to understand, you can get started and you won't have to wait and watch to see what I'm doing. You won't have to worry about keeping up because you're going to understand. So if you have your markers ready and you've got your coffee filter, I'm going to show you the next steps. And when I'm done, you can work on your own. So here we go. Now I'm going to start by putting my coffee filter right on top of a piece of white paper and begin coloring around the edges. It doesn't really matter which color I start with, whichever color I like best. And I'm going to make sections that are about 1 inch by 1 inch all the way around. Now yours don't have to be exactly 1 inch by 1 inch, and you may come up with a pattern that works better for you. But I've done a few of these in the past, and I found that the colors work best when you leave a little bit of space in between all of your colors, but your colors are big enough that when you add water, they'll bleed and spread into each other. Now, if your lines are very tiny, if each section is very small, you're going to find that, if you just have something like this, well, there's not enough color there to bleed and spread. And if you have too much color, well, then there's no space in between, and it's the space in between that allows the colors to blend and create that tie-dye effect. So by the time I'm done coloring, I want my coffee filter to be about half colored and half white. When I look at it, there should be about the same amount of color as there is white. Now, it doesn't have to be exactly 50-50 or the same. But if I look at it and I have just about the same amount of paper that's covered up, and paper that's left just white, that's a pretty good formula for success, I think. It's time to take our coffee filter and make it groovy. And we can do that with just a paintbrush and a cup of water. I'm going to start painting around the edge. And at first, it's going to seem like it doesn't have very much effect. But by the time that I get all the way around the edge, you're going to see how it's starting to bleed and blend and spread and take on that tie-dye effect. Now there's going to be a temptation to add more and more water, but hold off, wait, because you may find that if you wait just a minute or two, those colors are going to start to bleed and create that effect that you're looking for. Now, just a minute ago, when I started, it seemed like it wasn't creating much of a tie-dye effect, but if I just wait a little bit longer, you can see how it's starting to create that effect that I'm looking for. So I don't really think that I need any more water. All I have to do now is wait for it to dry. And there's no shortcut for that. We just have to be patient and wait. Well, my tie-dye coffee filter is finished and looks pretty cool, or more accurately, pretty groovy, but it doesn't look very Valentine's-y. So what we have to do to make it look more Valentine's-y, I know it's not a word, but if Shakespeare and Dr. Seuss can make up words, so can I. In order to make our tie-dye coffee filter more Valentine's-y, we're going to cut it into the shape of a heart. So let's do that now. I'm going to take my tie-dye coffee filter, I'm going to put a heart right in the center, and I'm going to trace around the heart with my pencil. After that, I'm going to take my scissors and carefully cut right on the pencil line. And my tie-dye coffee filter is a tie-dye Valentine. My next step is to take my tie-dye heart and glue it onto a piece of white paper to turn my heart into a card. And I'm going to put it right in the center and then very, very lightly trace all the way around with a pencil so that I know exactly where to put the glue. I'm going to trace very, very lightly, but it's there. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. So now I know exactly where to put my glue so that I don't waste glue by putting it where my coffee filter isn't going to be lying down. And there it is. And blammo, my groovy tie-dye Valentine is all finished. Except for whatever message I'm going to write on the inside of my card. Of course, that's completely up to you. I hope you enjoyed working on your Valentine's Day card. I hope that you share it with somebody that you care about. Art should always be shared, especially when it's something as important and personal as a Valentine's Day card. So I hope that you do share it with someone that you care about. I hope that you, like I said, enjoyed this project. I hope you look forward to our next project that we work on together, which is probably going to be after vacation. So between now and then, stay creative, stay safe, stay Cougar strong. We'll see you soon.